Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Wherever you are in the world, welcome to our match reaction show on Football Talk Podcast. My name is Ozzie, and I'm the host for today's show. Today is a celebration for Liverpool FC as we finally break the voodoo and defeat Real Madrid 2-0 at Anfield. There should have been more, to be honest with you, if it wasn't for Courtois, but a win is a win. And for me, this was a statement win. Don't get me wrong, you'll still get rival fans saying, oh, you've only beaten a weakened Real Madrid team. Well, my advice would be ignore them. Real Madrid still had the likes of Mbappe, Bellingham, Valverde, Modric, Camavinga, just to name a few. So still a strong team on the pitch. So no one can kill my vibe today. For me, we were absolutely sensational. Now, I've been under the weather for the last few days, but I felt energized after watching that game. It pretty much had everything. So I'm very pleased with our performance today. And it puts us in a great position for our next fixture, which is Manchester City this Sunday. Before we discuss anything else, uh, let me discuss some of the key talking points of the game. I'll then present my player ratings. If you'd like to call in, and have your say, there is a link pinned in the live chat. So feel free to join and be part of the show. So let's talk about the first half. Liverpool were simply on it this evening, and in particular, Darwin Núñez, who was causing havoc in the first half. He had a very early chance that got cleared off the line. Then he had another shot from close range that was blocked by Courtois. Madrid didn't really produce any clear-cut chances. They were on the counter-attack at one point, but then Conor Bradley came crashing into Mbappe with a crunching tackle. And what a moment that was. The crowd went wild. I certainly did during my live watch along. Then moments later, Núñez applies a header from the right side of the box. Just missed the post, although I thought he was trying to find Luis Diaz more than aiming at the goal. Diaz actually had a chance himself with a looping header, which gets pushed away by Courtois. And in the second half, Liverpool broke the deadlock. Great team build-up play. Bradley lays off the final pass to McAllister, who hits a low shot into the bottom corner. What a finish it was from Mac 10. But then moments later, Robertson gave away a penalty after fouling Vasquez. Mbappe steps up, but Kelleher produces a phenomenal save to deny the Frenchman. Then it was Liverpool's turn as Salah goes on a charging run, makes Ferland Mendy go inside out, but then resulting to Mendy fouling Salah. So a penalty awarded for Liverpool. Mohamed Salah steps up, but somehow he misses it after clipping the post. I think he was trying to smash it due to the fact that it's Courtois, and you've got to probably produce the perfect finish against him. And I think he lost a bit of composure. Probably took one eye off the goal. So unlucky there. It would have been a sweet moment for him to score against Real Madrid, but it wasn't to be. Then moments later, Liverpool finally get the second goal that put the nail on the coffin as Robbo hits an inch-perfect pass to Gakpo, and he heads it home to secure the win. What a victory for the Reds. So proud of how the team performed today. Player ratings shouldn't be very difficult today, to say the least. As much as I'm ecstatic about this victory, I'm a bit concerned about Conor Bradley and Konate, who unfortunately both left the pitch injured. Hopefully, we'll get some clarification very soon in terms of the impact of those injuries, and it's nothing too serious, and that they'll be available for the next fixture, which we all know is against Man City this Sunday. So let's move on and do the player ratings. If you'd like to call in, feel free to do so now, and I'll try and get you on later in the show. So let me share the graphic with you guys, and then we can present the player ratings. Here we go. So let's start with Kelleher. There won't be a lot of critique going on, if I'm being honest, in terms of today's rating. Kelleher was fantastic in every shape or form there. I don't think he put a foot wrong, whether it comes from any distribution or any sort of aerial challenges from corner kicks or set pieces. It was a pretty much perfect performance. the penalty save against one of the most lethal strikers or attackers, however you want to label him, in world football, in Kylian Mbappe. That was a fantastic save. And I like the fact that he parried it away from danger, where unfortunately against Southampton, he made a great save against Armstrong, but pretty much gave the rebound away there. But in this case, he learned his lesson and made sure he cleared that ball as far away as he could. So it was a great save from Kelleher. And no, it was a fantastic performance. So today I'm in good spirit in terms of the victory that we just came off. So for me, he gets a 10 out of 10. I don't normally give 10s, but today you might see a few. Conor Bradley, he gets a 10 out of 10 for that tackle on Mbappe alone. What a moment that was for the young defender there. It was a moment where if he didn't make that tackle, Mbappe probably would have been through on goal and would have scored. No, fantastic tackle there just for that. In terms of his general play altogether, I thought he was very, very good, very aggressive, very energetic today. Interested to see how he was placed in the second half, where he was a bit more further up, had a bit more of a free role that led to him providing that assist for McAllister, who obviously opened the scoreline. So, no, a great all-round performance. Hopefully, it's not a serious injury that he picked up towards the latter stages. From what I could see, it looked like he probably just got a bit of cramp, and they took him off for precaution. But I'm not, I'm no doctor, so I wouldn't know. But from what it appeared, it looks like he just, it might be a bit of cramp due to the amount of running that he did in the game. So for me, I told you guys, I'm in a good mood. 10 out of 10. Again, Kanate, very dominant performance yet again. We were all hoping that he didn't produce the same performance that he did last weekend against Southampton. I was confident he wouldn't. I just felt like he looked a bit tired, looked a bit jaded in that fixture due to just coming off from an international break with France. But he was really good in this fixture. Covered Bradley when required, whether it was Kylian Mbappe or anyone else that was charging down our right channel. He pretty much secured that very well. So no, very solid performance, very dominant. One phase of the game that I really enjoyed was him driving with the ball through the middle and laid off the perfect through ball for Luis Diaz. So we know he's got that in his locker. Very Matip-esque in terms of how he did that. So yeah, so for me, look, I'm trigger happy today. 10 out of 10 again. Oh, why does that say 9? That's incorrect. 10 out of 10. There you go. And for Virgil van Dijk, likewise. I thought Virgil van Dijk was so dominant today. Every area challenge, I feel like he won it. On the ball, very good. Defensively, they really couldn't get past him whatsoever. So for me, a masterclass performance from our captain. So as you can see, there's a bit of a rhythm going on. 10 out of 10 for him as well. Now, this is where things come down to reality a little bit, and that's Robertson's performance. I don't think he was terrible today, but in the team, he did present some moments where I felt a bit uncomfortable or a bit nervous. Obviously, he gave away the penalty, which, let's be honest, it was a bit of a soft one. Having said that, it was clear contact on the player. He stepped on his foot, hit his shin as well to one extent. So it was always going to be given, especially in European football. And he had a couple of moments where he could have led to attacks being given to the opposition. But having said that, he did provide the assist for Gakpo. So overall, I think he did have a solid game. I wouldn't say it's 10 out of 10. I'm going to give him an 8 out of 10. Gravenberch, for me, had a good game as well. Now, if I'm going to critique Gravenberch a little bit, I feel like when he was up against Bellingham in one-on-one duels, he lost out on quite a few times, and which, probably hurt him personally because, they're players of like similar build, not far in terms of age as well. So I knew this would probably be a battle that he's looking forward to, with Bellingham being star boy of world football right now. I just feel like he got the upper hand on him on a few occasions. So for me, didn't really stand his ground. A couple of times he did, but I feel like Bellingham got the upper hand. So he might feel disappointed personally in terms of his individual battle there. But generally, I thought he had a good game, decent passing range. So yeah, for me, he gets a 9 out of 10. I'll just drop it, maybe a little bit harsh, but I feel like he didn't do it as much as I would have liked him to have done. Because I feel like there were times where he looked like he was a clear favourite to take the ball off Bellingham, and it didn't happen. And he gifted quite a few free kicks to Real Madrid as well. So that's the reason why I've ranked him a little bit low than the rest in the team. Curtis Jones, I thought he was fantastic today. Really do. The amount of times where he controlled the ball, his first touches is phenomenal, I have to say. And he did it, against Modric, Camavinga, Bellingham, like top midfielders, and just made things look very effortless throughout the game. Very clean in terms of his first touch. Passing range was good. He was going up and down the pitch because he was playing in very advanced roles at time. I thought he had a fantastic all-round game. Very, very impressive. And, there's a big argument. Does he get to start in this fixture against City? I think he does. So for me, 10 out of 10. I was very, very impressed with Jones. Let's talk about Mac 10. Says it in his shirt number. That's probably the rate I want to give him today. What a performance. Started the first half in a very more calm, very slow manner, but he certainly picked up. I noticed it very well around the last 10 or so minutes. He just started pinging balls forward, and I feel like his confidence was building from there onwards. And in the second half, yeah, you saw the real Mac 10. And the goal was beautifully executed. Definitely caught Courtois by surprise. I think he was expecting a shot towards his side or a bit more lift, but kept it low, right into the bottom corner for the goalkeeper. Fantastic finish. Could have scored a second moments later, but he just couldn't get his foot wrapped around the ball. I think Rudiger was the defender that made that crucial obstruction before that shot was taken. But no, he was really, really good today. Sublime passing, and it's great to see him pick up some good form as well, just in time for our fixture this Sunday. He has looked a bit, tired in some games, so I feel like rest midweek here and there would be good for him. So I feel like he's looked a bit more re-energized. So that rest against Southampton, I think probably did him good. So for this one, like his shirt number, 10 out of 10. Oh, don't know why it keeps doing that. 10 out of 10. There we go. Now, Mohamed Salah obviously didn't score the penalty, which, yeah, a bit of a shame. I feel like it would have been the cherry on top if he had got that goal, and it would have rounded off a 3-0 victory, maybe even more. As I mentioned, Courtois was, required to make some huge saves there. Madrid got their money's worth with their goalkeeper because he had to be active. Salah, for me, had a good game. Definitely tried to make things happen on the wing. Just a shame he didn't get that goal in the end. So for me, he gets a 9 out of 10. Maybe I'm being a bit generous because of the victory. I feel like he could have got involved a little bit more, but having said that, I still feel like he had a decent game. So I'm going to give him a 9 out of 10. And Luis Diaz as well. I feel like in the first half, he was very, very active. Tried to press on Valverde quite a few times. Did well. Early in the second half, got a bit quiet. Didn't really get involved as much. And then when he was moved centrally, he provided some great through balls for Salah and has offered more of a different range in terms of his movement and his end product. So I feel like he had a better end to his second half. So I'll give him a 9 out of 10 as well. I thought he was overall good throughout the game. Darwin Núñez, I think he was very, very active in the first half. Everything went through him. He was causing havoc. Yeah, they were obviously it suited our game because they were playing with a high defensive line. So that led to Darwin Núñez exploiting that and then attacking on the shoulder. So I feel like he did a good job of that. Second half, I think they defended a little bit deeper, so didn't have a lot more space to exploit. Was a bit quieter, but I still feel like he contributed and put in a shift today and was very good in terms of performing for the team. Just don't feel like he offered the end product that I would have wanted from him. So I'm going to give him an 8.5 out of 10. So that is my rating for the first 11. Feel free to let me know in the chat, guys. Who is your man of the match? I still can't decide. I'm going to pick one. I'll give it to McAllister. I thought McAllister was really, really good. But let me know in the chat who you think was your man of the match. It could have been anyway. It could have been the whole team. To be honest with you, I'm going to give it to McAllister. There he is. So that is my man of the match. Feel free to let me know what you think. Now, before we close up the show, we will just review the substitutes that came on. Not that many, only 3 came on. So it was Cody Gakpo for Darwin Núñez. There we go. And then we also had Szoboszlai for Curtis Jones. And we had Joe Gomez coming on for Conor Bradley. So let's start with Cody Gakpo. He certainly made a huge impact as soon as he got onto the pitch. Scored a fantastic header. Had a couple of moments where he was crossing from the left-hand side. But yeah, that header, beautiful cross from Robertson, by the way. Inch perfect. And yeah, at that close range, you expect your striker to bury it, which he did perfectly. So no, credit to Gakpo. 1-0 would have been, it would have sealed the victory for us, but 2-0 just makes it sound a bit sweeter. I probably wanted 3 or 4, to be honest, which should have been the case. But no, overall, he did what was required. He made a huge impact in terms of his rating. Why not? Let's give him a 9. Let's give him a 9. I know he came on as a sub, but he gets a 9 for scoring the goal. And so Szoboszlai, he didn't really have a lot of minutes to have a huge impact in the game. Produced a few passes here and there. I'll give him a 7 out of 10. I don't feel like he was actively involved. Nothing really stands out for me to say that, he did something here. I know he had that one moment where he was on the edge of the box. It looked like he was trying to pass it to Diaz, I think it was, but it ended up looking like a shot. It was a bit of a cross shot type pass. I don't know what he was trying to do, but it didn't pull off. If it had, then we probably would know what he was trying to do. But other than that, just continued in terms of our rhythm, tried to keep things neat and tidy. So I'll give him a 7 out of 10. Joe Gomez came on literally last 5 or 10 minutes. Didn't really have an impact. The only time I feel like he was going to have an impact was when he came charging into the area. I thought maybe this would be the moment where he breaks his deadlock, scores against one of the most successful teams in Europe, and gets his first goal. But that wasn't to be. So for Joe Gomez, I'll give him a 6 out of 10. So that is my rating for today's game. Before we close the show, I'll go through some of the comments here. Start off with Daz. Big up Daz as always. He says, big up Ozzie. Who misses next match in Champions League for us? Let's have a look at the fixtures in the Champions League and then we can discuss it together. Because right now, we've won 5 out of 5. And I think we only need 2 more points. Big up, Steve. You mentioned it in my live watch along that we only need 2 more wins. 2 more points, sorry, into the next fixture. In fact, let me share the screen with you guys so you can view what I'm viewing. So I hope you can see that. Yes, you guys can. So we've got Girona, Lille, and PSV. And I'll be honest with you, and that's no disrespect to these teams, they're not really tough fixtures for me. So it would definitely depend on the games around these fixtures. So I'm just going to find out what the Liverpool fixtures are around these games, and then we can kind of determine from there onwards. So let's have a look. So obviously we've got Man City this Sunday, and then we have Newcastle, Liverpool next week, so midday kickoff. And then we've got our derby fixture next Saturday. Then we've got Girona. So for me personally, these 3 games try and fill the strongest lineups as possible. And I'd probably rotate in this fixture, if I'm being honest. And it's not going to be crazy rotation in terms of applying youth players to the team. It'll just be utilize the squad a bit more. So, squad rotation for that game. Strong team for Liverpool, Fulham, Southampton, Liverpool. Probably rotate that fixture as well. And then you've got Tottenham, Liverpool, so definitely feel a strong team there. Then you've got Leicester City at home. So these ones all strong teams. Obviously, United, definitely strong team there. Then we've got Brentford, and then Lille and Ipswich Town. So I'd probably rotate a bit more if I'm being honest with you. I don't see the necessity to field our strong teams now. We've got 15 points out of a possible 15, 5 wins out of 5. I'm not too fussed about having the perfect record. It doesn't really mean much because it's all about making progression to the next round. So I'd rotate to be honest with you. Yeah, because I feel like the Premier League I know it's Ipswich Town, it's at Anfield, we should get the win, but I'd probably rotate in that fixture. But having said that, I think it'll be worth rotating our squad for all 3 remaining fixtures now, if I'm being honest. But feel free to let me know what you think. I would rotate quite heavily, if I'm being honest with you. And then on to the next comment there. Big up Nick. He says Liverpool have been impressive so far in the league and Champions League. I couldn't agree more, Nick. A lot of fans still doubting Arne Slot to an extent. If you haven't been won over, hopefully you'll be won over after this weekend. But you should be, should be getting some confidence in terms of what we're producing right now, because what he's done right now so far is effortless, and I wouldn't say it's fluke or anything like that. I feel like he's getting the results based on merit in terms of it's coming from the changing ground in terms of what he wants to deploy tactically from the team. They're buying into his philosophy, so it's a great mix, and the team are building together. And I'll be honest with you, this is just one level. We have lots of levels to get up to. So we've got, this is just a start. This is just the beginning. So exciting time to be a Liverpool fan, because things will only get better. We're just getting used to his ideas right now. Imagine when we fully understand what he wants from the team. We're hitting new levels. So it's a definitely exciting prospect going forward. That's saying big up to Nick, big up as well. And then Nick says Liverpool have been impressive so far, both in the league and Champions League. 2 best teams in the last 2 years. 2 best teams in the last 2 years are collapsing this season, Madrid and Man City. Will they come back? I think for Madrid, it's just down to injuries. And I'll be honest with you, as crazy as it sounds, the signing of Mbappe hasn't really helped them. I'd probably say on the pitch and off the pitch, because off the pitch, we can only go off by what we see in the media and what we hear. Personality wise, there's definitely a big ego in terms of what he brings to the table. So that might not have, warmed up well within the squad. And on the pitch, he's not the right fit for this team. He's not a number 9. As in, I know for Monaco, he played alongside Falcao, so he played as part of a strike force, but he's never really been a lone striker. So that's not really his sort of position in the team. His strongest position for me is playing on the left wing as a left side forward, hybrid phrase, but it's on the left side. But that's already occupied by Vinicius Jr. So that's something a lot of us fans did ask, like, is that going to work? I didn't think it would. But obviously the lure of signing one of the best players in world football was too much for Real Madrid to resist, so they end up signing him. And he was always destined to join the club. I just don't feel like he's suited with this number 9 role. But, that might be a sort of lazy assessment. I feel like it could be where, if they really focus and train him up into becoming that striker, he can, because he has all the other attributes in terms of pace, finishing. So it's just simple things like hold up play and having that awareness around you. But I feel like he likes to attack the channels. That's his strength, and he likes to cause chaos in those sort of positions. So Real Madrid, for me, will probably need to find a new formation that fits the bill. If I was Real Madrid, I'd probably play two strikers, play Vinicius Jr. and Mbappe as two strikers, have Bellingham as a number 10, and then have like play a 4-4-2 diamond. That's what I would play. And then you have Tchouaméni, you have Camavinga, Modric, Bellingham in the number 10. And you got two forwards, but playing more of a free role. So that's what I would do. But you know, I'm sure Carlo Ancelotti knows what he's doing. So we'll leave it to him to do what he needs to do for his team. And Nick says to Daz, big up as well. Daz has given 10 for Kelleher. So yeah, 10 for Bradley. Fans 10. Do you know what? Fans were electric today. I really wish I was at Anfield today. Such an amazing atmosphere. I had my headphones on when I was doing the watch along. It was so loud. Yeah, really special atmosphere. So credit to the fans. They were phenomenal. Ibu 9.5, Virgil 10, atmosphere 9.9. I think that 0.1 is because we weren't there. So yeah, I assume that's the case. Should he see red for on Darwin? I'm not sure which one you're referring to. Should he have seen red for on Darwin? I can't remember. Do refresh my memory in terms of the incident that you're referring to. Dad's gone 8.5 for Robbo, which is fair. Ryan 9, Jones 10, Mac shirt number you already know. Mo 9.5, Lucho 9. Double D, big up Double D as always. He says Jones and Brothers man of the match. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, Double D. I didn't know who to choose from, so I chose Mac. But for me, during the game, I was thinking Bradley is doing so good, and then Jones was impressing me with his first touch, the way he was just gliding with the ball. Yeah, I just had to pick one because it's customary, but generally, I probably could have picked about 5 or 6. So, you know what? The whole team maybe even got man of the match. So, yeah, it was very difficult to pick. But yeah, no disagreements with your selection there. Nunes 8.5. Mako Kelleher for me, fair enough. And then Cody 8.5. Doesn't Maka miss out 5 yellows? Is that the case? Or there might be well, I'll be honest with you, it's not too much of an issue if that is the case. I probably will rotate him in the next fixture anyway. So if that is the case, then yeah, it's not a big issue there. Big question from Dad. Would you start what would you start if Alisson and Elliott and Trent on Sunday? So at this stage, I need to know Conor Bradley's situation. I personally wouldn't start Elliott. And big question on Alisson, will I start him or not? I probably wouldn't at this stage. But I'll go into detail a lot more. You never know, my mind might be changed when I do my match preview tomorrow. At this stage, after what I saw from Kelleher, it's his place to keep. So no, I wouldn't rush Alisson as of yet. But I'm not saying it would be where Kelleher gets out of the firing line if he makes a mistake or anything to that nature. I just think he's in a good rhythm right now. Let him play that Man City game. And once we start rotating the squad a little bit more, that's where we can rejig a little bit and then Alisson can return to being number 1. But as of yet and as it stands, for me, Kelleher has to be number 1 choice right now. As in not on paper, but for the upcoming fixtures, he has to be in goal, in my opinion. So, yeah, so that's what you're referring to. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think. It's a big topic. Definitely something I'll be discussing tomorrow in my match preview. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer. It's just what you feel like is the right call. And I feel like Kelleher has been so good. I feel like it would be unfair to just put him back on the bench because Alisson's returned. And not to sound funny, but with Alisson's injury record, I would want to rush him straight away because he might be able to pick up another injury. So let's, not rush him so soon. Let us manage his minutes a bit because we've got big games coming up. We've got let me see. We've got Man City this Sunday, and then we've got a midweek fixture against Newcastle. So maybe it's where we play Alisson against Newcastle, and then slowly embedding from there onwards. Or Keller plays against Newcastle, and then we bring Alisson in the Everton game, and then Kelleher will be, yeah. So I'll probably do that actually. I'll play Kelleher, Man City, and Newcastle, and then I'll bring on Alisson against Everton, and then Kelleher can play against Girona, and then it will go back to normal schedule, and then it'll be Alisson as number one. So that would be my way of thinking. But let's see how it goes. Ozzie, the one who done Darwin in the box. I mean, I can't remember now, to be honest with you. I don't remember. Let me know what you think of that incident. I can't remember, to be fair. It doesn't come to mind, so I'm not too sure. If I'm honest, if I don't remember, it probably wasn't a big deal for me at the time. So no. But yeah, I guess that is it today, guys. No callers, so that is it for tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already, please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. As I mentioned previously, I will be doing a match preview tomorrow. Time is to be confirmed. So the best thing to do is hit that notification bell so you know what time I'm going live, possibly around 10 or 11 p.m. UK time. So yes, I'll definitely do a match preview. We'll go into detail about the tactics, team selection. Hopefully we get some clarification in regards to Conor Bradley and Ibu Konate, because it was a disappointing ending to the game, especially as I saw Endrick go charging on Konate in the final moments of the game. And the crazy thing is that Endrick guy didn't even do anything on the pitch. He was just running around like a headless chicken, just clashing into Konate in particular. So I'm not sure if that was deliberate, but hey, it's Real Madrid. They do deploy dirty tactics, and as Liverpool fans, we already know that. So yeah, match preview tomorrow, and then I will definitely be doing a live watch along of this fixture this Sunday. I believe it's a 4:00 fixture or 4:30, 4:00 fixture. So I'll probably live between 1:45. I'll try and be on a bit earlier so we can discuss the game in a bit more detail. So aim will be to try and get on live 4:45 UK time, and then we'll also do a match reaction later in the evening around 11 p.m., 10, 11 p.m. So yeah, make sure you just hit that notification bell so you know what time I'm going live. And it's a call-in show. All my match reaction shows are a platform for viewers to call in. So if you'd like to come on and have your say, a link will be pinned in the live chat. So yeah, feel free to come on. You don't have to be on camera if you don't want to. But yeah, feel free to express how you're feeling. You don't have to go to the crowd. Just let me know what you guys think, and you'll take it from there. So yeah, lots of content coming up your way. Just got a couple more comments there, and then we'll close the show. Comment from Abdul Rahim. He says, "Hi, Ozzie and chat. Assalamu alaikum. How are you? How are you all? Big up, Abdul. All doing very well. Welcome salam to you. I hope you're doing good as well, Abdul." He said, "Bless up. Like, comment, share, and subscribe. Liverpool 2, Real Madrid 0. We need to beat City on Sunday. You never walk alone. Many thanks. We certainly do." Now it's got me more excited for that fixture. Didn't think that was possible, but I'm raring to go to watch that game now. And Man City, if they weren't concerned about Liverpool before, after that performance, they have to be. And I'm sure Pep Guardiola will be losing a lot of sleep. He had a scratch on his nose. In the press conference, he'll be having a lot more scratches on his face because he's feeling so antsy about the whole thing about facing Liverpool this Sunday. So yeah, it'll be an interesting encounter against Pep Guardiola this weekend. And Dad said, "Did JK send you the pin, Ozzie?" Yes, I do have your FPL pin. I think I've joined. If I haven't, I'll do it after the show. So yeah, I'll definitely join your league. So no worries at all with regards to that. And that is it for tonight, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Take care, stay safe, and I hope to speak with you all very, very soon. La, 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 la.